Welcome to a sunny Emirates Old Trafford. My name is Daniel Gidney. I'm the Chief Executive of Lancashire Cricket Club. We have today James Sheridan, our Senior Independent Director on our board, and we have Keaton Jennings, our Senior Lancashire player and England international. We're streaming direct from our Lancashire TV's own studios, and we're delighted to be here to help celebrate this year's Diwali with Manchester India Partnership. Without further ado, I'd like to ask James to start with, how did Lancashire's India strategy start? Where did it really kind of start?
We'd been conscious for some time that there was a huge potential market for us out in India, but I think that if you want to pin it to one single event, it was when we hosted the Cricket World Cup group match between India and Pakistan here at Emirates Old Trafford. And you know, it's a game that was watched apparently by over 1 billion people. It's one of those games that it just doesn't happen. India and Pakistan don't play each other away from World Cups because of all the political and historical issues between the two countries. And we just found ourselves the host to an event that was just off the charts. It was off the charts from a cricket perspective. If you look at who was here, we had Rohit, Kohli, Jadeja, Bumrah, Pant, the whole AAA list of Indian cricketers, plus 25,000 people who were going bonkers for 8 hours. It just made us realise that I suppose the Indian market had taken cricket to a whole different level to anything we'd seen before, and that got us very, very curious about the opportunities that could exist for us if we were able to harness just a small part of that market.
Yes, I remember it well. We had 3 India games here, as I remember. In fact, it was 4 days because, of course, you had the rain-affected semi-final. Yeah. And actually, most teams probably would have gone home, but all of the Indian supporters came out for the second day, if I remember.
Yeah, they probably wish they didn't because they lost. But yeah, you're right. That reserve day, the ground was packed again. The Indian tricolour was flying. They celebrate a 4 like we would see a goal in football. The passion that they have for their cricket and their cricketers is like nothing we've ever seen before.
And I think that's the key word, isn't it? That passion, that real energy that so many people in one country absolutely adore the sport, and it's something that we want to embrace. And then, of course, Manchester India Partnership approached us, and what happened next in terms of the trade mission?
So in October last year, Manchester India Partnership and various public sector colleagues were operating a trade mission over to Mumbai, Bangalore and Delhi. And they, I think that like us, they'd realised that sport's very interesting to people, but if you're involved in India, cricket is the thing that you really need to switch on to, in the same way that if you were trying to do something similar here, it'd be football. Well, in India, it's cricket. So they told us about what they were trying to do and the progress that they'd made so far. It looked a very interesting opportunity for us, and we took them up on the opportunity. And I went over, joined the party that went over. Andy Burnham led it, and probably 30 other people on the trip from all sorts of different industries and sectors. And it was just incredible. We held kind of 3 set-piece events, and Lancashire Cricket via me made a small presentation about why we were in India, what we were all about, and I was able to tell them a little bit about the history of our club, 150 years of cricket heritage that is very, very well known actually in India. The recognition of Emirates Old Trafford of Lancashire cricket was fantastic, and it was incredible to the response we got at the end of the events. People wanted to talk to us about cricket and business, and that opened our eyes to a huge opportunity.
Thanks, James. And moving to Keaton, so you've got a really interesting experience, obviously from a cricket perspective in India and also from a business perspective in India. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I mean, obviously I made my test debut out in India, which in itself can be quite overwhelming. I mean, you mentioned India in terms of the passion. At times it feels like a religion, and their cricketers are the gods of that religion. It's absolutely phenomenal. The noise, the level of intensity in and around the ground, added to the heat, the smells, the sort of sensory overload at times can be quite overwhelming. I mean, I remember Kohli got 180 or 200 or whatever he got in that test match, and at times you'd hit the ball and get one run, and you couldn't hear yourself think. I couldn't hear Cookie, who was standing 15 meters away from me, just through sheer volume and noise. But I mean, those experiences as a player that you go out and experience sort of got echoed a little bit when we went out in January. Again, trying to almost educate people what Emirates Old Trafford is about.
Oh yes, because you went on a sales trade mission, didn't you, with Visit Britain?
Yes, 100%. Look, I mean, trying to sort of, as a cricketer, trying to do business in a completely different world across cultural barriers was really interesting. But look, it was a fantastic experience. But I think the main thing for me is the love that people have for cricket as a whole. And I think when you look at Emirates Old Trafford, you got Sachin Tendulkar got his first Test match 100 here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, look, you got pieces of Indian history here at Emirates Old Trafford that I suppose, like you're saying, you try and sort of echo that knowledge across to India, and hopefully people get buy-in across that.
No, very much so. India, obviously, we had Tendulkar's maiden Test on here, magical moment. Also, VVS Laxman, Sourav Ganguly, ex-players. I think one of the things that I then followed up on was James had announced on the trade mission that we were going to have a pre-season tour in India, and we took out a pre-season training camp in February. We went to Reliance Park, and we played at the home of Mumbai Indians, including a practice match against a Reliance 11 that Lancashire won, which was fantastic. But also we did, at the Deputy High Commissioner's residence, we had a drinks and business networking reception with a lot of the travel trade and a lot of people who want to bring conference and events business and hospitality business to the UK, who adored cricket. And I've been to a number of these events, and you might get 2 or 3 leads. Basically, everybody there, 30 odd, all absolutely loved it. And I think that really opened my eyes up. We engaged with the IPL, we engaged with the business community, we engaged with Mumbai Indians and Reliance. It was a real eye-opener and made me realise as the chief executive that Lancashire's strategy is to look east and to make Lancashire cricket every Indian second team. And our plan to launch in 2021, COVID permitting, of course, is to follow it with England playing in India in March, to play a pre-season in March, and in India again, and we're just looking at exactly where that is, to strengthen our business links, look at potential business partners, and then build on Lancashire TV, which we launched this year. We were streaming T20 matches live on the Geo platform in India, 350 million subscribers. And, you know, we're looking for partners to help us make the best of this in India. And it's something that we're very, very excited about going forward.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think from a cricket point of view, it does break down those barriers that allows sort of people to get an interest in it. Cricket in India is massive. I mean, you talk about the noise. You go back to your hotel room at the end of the day's play, and you literally hear your ears ring just through the sheer volume and noise. And I mean, people line the streets all the way up from the Wankhede Stadium all the way through probably about a mile to the hotel, and they literally just scream. Just to basically see their idols. And you talk about a guy like Kohli. I remember playing the first Test match, and it got a little bit dead. We put together a little bit of partnership, and he turned around and kind of G'd up the crowd. And honestly, it was like it was something out of a movie. So cricket allowing that platform to sort of break down that ice or break the barrier to do business there is something really special.
Thank you, Keaton. I couldn't agree more. The passion, the energy, real opportunities for us. James, have you got anything you'd like to say further?
I think the other thing that I learned when I was over there is I think we have a first mover advantage opportunity that presented itself. I mean, when I was last over there, I spent time with Mumbai Indians, I spent time with Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, they're 2 massive IPL franchises that might be normally quite difficult to get into, but they were very, very interested in talking to us, and the Mumbai Indians connection made the venue we used for our pre-season tour possible at Reliance Corporate Park. So I think we've got a huge opportunity that we're really, really keen to crack on with.
Thank you, James. I agree. And obviously, we have Joss Butler playing at Rajasthan Royals as well. The IPL is a fantastic competition, and it's about working out how can we make Lancashire cricket really make that connection in India. I think that's all we've got time for today for the Manchester India Partnership Diwali presentation. Many thanks.